We know that women often play a very important role in informal sector, and with respect to these routes, they are the one who is using it more for their various purposes. Today we are going to have a discussion on donkey routes. As a student of UPSC, you must have read about donkey routes. So, it is very much in news because of lot many things, and yes, definitely because of a movie called Donkey. And I'm sure that you must have prepared some key points on it. But today, in this class, I'm going to explain that how by using sociological and sociocultural, anthropological dimensions to it, you can get more marks. You can definitely add unique perspective to the same topic. Now, the point here is that most of the UPSC aspirants would be explaining this donkey routes, right, as dangerous immigration route taken by several lakhs of Indians and so on. Then you would be reflecting on data, right? Then you would be reflecting on some more data. And these are some of the common points. So in many cultures, these routes were the lifeline for commerce and communication before modern infrastructures and all these points. Now, while we are going to talk about this point, we can use some of the important dimensions. For instance, here I have explained anthropological insights. So you can very well explain that these routes became a symbol of resilience and adaptation in harsh terrains. So this one point can add unique dimension to your answer. There are lot many points. Now, while referring to donkey routes where you have given the data about it, now explain about economic inequalities. Now, when you are talking about economic inequalities, you should highlight how donkey routes often cater to marginalized communities. Now, this is the key term, marginalized community that lack formal infrastructures. So, who are these marginalized communities? They are the one who are working in informal sector. Then you can bring this issue as well. Now, while talking about the economic inequalities, if you people can refer to thinkers like Pitiurim Sorokin, when you are talking about marginalized communities, you should refer to SC, ST, right? Then you can also talk about ethnic, linguistic communities. Then you can also talk about thinkers, Dhanagri, who is talking about particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Often, these marginalized communities are those whom these thinkers have reflected while explaining about social inequalities. And yes, you can very well articulate Marxist ideas on it as well. You can talk about Pareto as well. Okay, so there are lot many thinkers that you can refer to. Now, you can explain that laborers using donkey routes for transporting goods while wealthier traders use highways. Now, why this is coming? Why we do have economical disparity in this manner? So, we can say that we are having two types of development. One is very slow and steady, where these marginalized communities have to go for some other alternative, and one is high-paced development, which urban sectors are part of it. Now, this is contrasting and disturbing fact. While we are talking about technological advancement where we are having better transportation and communication, it is also highlighting cultural lag theory. Cultural act theory, directly we cannot refer, definitely it is given by William Ogden. William Ogden is saying that how in a society we are economically or technologically getting advanced, but not in terms of values or beliefs or the rituals. So there is a gap. However, one of the reasons because of which these marginalized communities cannot come out of superstitious belief systems or the values which is irrational in nature, it is majorly because of not having technological advancement there, not having facilities where they can have upward mobility. So these factors we have to explain on this. Again, we can talk about gender dynamics. We know that women often play a very important role in informal sector, and with respect to these routes, they are the one who is using it more for their various purposes. Whether for fetching water, collecting firewood or transporting goods. Now you should discuss how these tasks reinforce traditional gender roles. After writing about that, you can also talk about empower women in certain cases, like women-led trade along donkey route. Okay, so this is a new point. Then always talk about social stratification, because if you are bringing Indian society example, because this question can definitely come for your GS1 paper. So if they are talking about that, then definitely, as I have discussed in the in the previous slide, also talk about caste and class based hierarchies. Okay, so lower caste communities are often using it more because of social exclusion from formal trade networks. Then you can talk about environmental and geographical challenges. So when you are talking about that, okay, these are the important things which is happening. So you can say that dependence on donkey routes highlight the lack of sustainable infrastructure in remote regions. And this is vulnerable to climate change as well, like erosion, landslides and desertification. Now you can talk about that donkey route is manifested for their specific uses, like, okay, so manifested. Now so we do have a thinker, right, structural functionalist Robert Merton. Now what Robert Merton is saying, see, Robert Merton is arguing that, so Robert Merton is arguing that it is highly important for us to examine any social events with different perspectives. We need to use some middle range theories. Now we can apply middle range theories to analyze this donkey route. Now, as I have said, that you can see that manifest function of donkey route is to provide some sort of assistance and aid to marginalized communities. But there are latent functions too. Now what can be the latent functions? Latent function that they are becoming vulnerable to various risk factors, right? Such as they are playing a definite role in climate change and how it is dangerous, how it can even risk their lives. So this is what we can refer as latent functions. Okay. Now after talking about these important dynamic points, you can always talk about comparison of what type of modernity. What modernity India have faced. Now you can talk about modernization and then definitely decline of donkey routes. So with the advent of roads, railways and digital connectivity, donkey routes are becoming less prominent. So at this point as well, their decline also highlights a gap. Modern infrastructure often fails to reach the remotest regions. Example, in mountainous areas like the Himalayas, modern transport is inaccessible and donkey remain indispensable. After talking about this, show some government recommendations. Here you should talk about that how there is a need for policy support. And then you can talk about that government should recognize and integrate donkey routes into development planning. And then you can talk about how we have to preserve our cultural heritage while improving rural infrastructure. So while doing this, you have highlighted important points along with the data or the facts which I have shown in my first slide. Then just conclude it. So you can just recap the importance of donkey routes, and then you can just tell that how it is more than just pathways. They represent the intersections of tradition, survival and systematic inequality. So I hope you like my lecture. Thank you.